One is an idiot, it might be both of them. Shut up, dude.
What up, sick boy?
Hey, bro. It's the COVID special.
This almost didn't happen.
It almost didn't happen. We weren't going to do it. So if at any point you're like, well, I don't know about this episode, be like, well, we weren't going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, shush.
Here it is. It's a podcast, though. It will be a podcast today.
Yep, we'll make it.
Hell yeah. How you been?
Sick. Sick as fuck. You'll notice the Christmas time honey cups.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. These are a mercy.
Unfortunately,
Bro,
we have to start with, unfortunately, one of my people I don't like has helped make me feel better.
how's that?
Pseudoephedrine.
Oh my goodness. You want to talk about David Seymour?
We'll wait.
Let's come back to that.
Let's
then.
wait for the pseudo to rack up and get me going.
Bro, yeah. This podcast is brought to you by lemons, honey, and pseudoephedrine.
And whiskey.
And whiskey, yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about David Seymour yet. Let's talk about the other guy from ACT getting done for child objectionable material involving kids.
Yeah, now I want you to be very careful what you say here.
It's not that one. It's another one.
Oh, really?
There's 3 weird things to do with ACT members.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of them you're not allowed to talk about, I know.
One of them is somebody who was...
Yeah.
Well, I hope you didn't say anything specific there. I know you can't say that guy's name, but there was a particular person who was convicted of some terrible offences.
Yeah. And managed to get name suppression because it might affect his friends.
Because it might affect the political landscape of the country, bro.
No, I'm talking about
We're not
Malcolm,
allowed to say that, though. We can say
I'm talking about Malcolm Spark.
No, I didn't hear about this at all. Tell me about Malcolm Spark.
So Malcolm Spark got snapped out in like 2005, and this got all dealt with in like 2015.
Okay.
And then they've had to do something else to it. I didn't read that far. But this dude was like talking to youngsters on socials and sort of grooming and then sending a dick pic to see what reactions. But then was getting photos of these kids and then writing huge like fantasy weird shit about these kids. And because he wasn't trying to sell it or make money off it, it's just some fantasy that he needs to learn to control. That's what the judge.
Who is this guy?
Malcolm Spark. Apparently he ran for Waimakariri as an ACT candidate in 99.
Right.
Didn't win.
Okay.
But was listed as like 40th on
But he's
ACT.
one of their guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was.
Yeah.
Now he's gotten a big growling. And then, there's the other guy that you're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, bro.
But then, old pseudo boy himself.
There's a third guy, pseudo boy.
The third guy.
Bro, do you know what's going on with him?
I know that he's been getting hit up about his Snapchat usage.
Will touch his penis.
So David Bitchface Seymour, what's his middle name? David
Bitchface.
David Bitchface Seymour, whose penis no one will touch, by the way.
And
He's
still
been doing some grooming.
Touch his penis.
You know about grooming, right? That's where you interact with children in such a way that it like manipulates their minds to your ends. You like use your adult mental judo to have them do things that benefit you. You know, grooming.
Like getting them to send pictures of them in their uniform.
Yeah.
And still
like
no one will touch his
So
penis.
he's been messaging with teenage girls for years, apparently. Auto-encrypted, auto-deleting messages on Snapchat with girls that he knew to be schoolgirls.
But he also said recently that he doesn't want the age of voting lowered to 16.
He wants to sex with these girls, bro, not like, have them...
The fact that he's like, nah, you can't have 16-year-olds voting.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you talking to 14-year-olds? And he seriously is like, to politically engage?
Yeah, bro.
And so, but with the people who you've just said
Shouldn't be able to
understand.
vote. Yeah.
What were you doing?
See, the problem with lowering the voting age is they'll just vote the way their parents tell them to vote, you see?
Yeah, I don't
Instead,
think
they should be Snapchatting with me and wait till they're 18.
Yeah.
Yo, the most generous reading of this is that he's trying to convince them to be a voter for them when they're older. That's literally grooming.
Yeah.
That's trying to affect the child's behavior when they grow into an adult.
To benefit you.
That's the actual definition of grooming. But these cunts bitch about fucking drag queens reading stories to people all the time.
Because that's grooming.
Yeah, except they're not sending them encrypted auto-deleting messages.
It's real Nazi to
They're sitting in a fucking library.
It's Nazi as to accuse the other side of what you're doing.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's real fucked up. I've seen countless videos on social media from girls being like, he was talking to our whole friend group and we were all 14.
Yeah.
14, 15. And it's like, what's this guy up to? And what's really cracking me up is because people are dumb and they think this political thing's like a game to win.
Sure.
Cunts are like coming out being like, there's nothing dodgy in those messages.
Yeah.
Nothing. What's the problem? Tell us.
Nothing proven to be dodgy.
Yeah, tell us what the problem is. It's like, I think doing it
How about
is the problem.
How about we judge you by your own fucking standards?
Yeah.
How about that?
That's exactly what I think.
Wasn't it a big fucking problem when Ardern was taking selfies with high school kids?
Yeah, because apparently there was no parental consent.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, I'm sure there was parental consent before they used auto-deleting, auto-encrypting messages on social media.
Who was the comedian that got done? And there's like a clip of him on a podcast when they say like, oh yeah, Snapchat, you can screenshot those.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, they delete them.
Yeah.
And he's like, not screenshots. And you watch that comedian go like,
oh.
Huh. And he like disengages and you can see him sort of like, uh-oh.
I got to send
And
some...
I think it was like 6 months later he ended up getting cancelled.
Hey, yeah. You can imagine, right?
But this is hilarious though to watch. Like, were you fellas just going on about drag queens and shit?
Yeah, bro.
And the old alphabet people coming after your kids?
Yeah.
You're just... Is this a matter of like, get off my corner?
Yeah.
I'm grooming kids?
Yeah, maybe, bro.
Like, you can't have that lot in. They're going to take my action. Is that it? Like, I don't know, because there's any other way to look at it. Just seems fucking retarded.
Yeah. What I know is we could give him the most charitable reading and say that he's just trying to influence...
We could, that's right.
But I'm not going to because he's he's part of setting up an ecosystem where anyone politically opposite you who chooses to interact with children is a groomer.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, David.
Yeah, bro.
If I had proof that you were innocent, I wouldn't bring it to light. Suck my fucking dick.
That's exactly it. I think the fact that this guy's like, you're not the Catholic Church, bro. Just trying to brush off grooming allegations. Nah. You're an act fucking politician.
Yeah. So just remember, he's a groomer. He's a groomer. David.
Groomer. And yet still, no one will touch his penis.
Still, yeah, bro. This is, he's a libertarian, right? They're all about age of consent.
It's
mostly lowering it.
Someone's going to crack him and he's going to come out of it the hero.
Yeah.
They'll spin it that he was attacked by someone when it's like some girl's dad being like, yeah, was that fucking Seymour cunt? This is the old Mr. Seymour. How the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Just give him the old once. But then he'll look, they'll spin it. Because the fact that he's standing there being like, what?
Yeah. I acted perfectly reasonably and I don't know why everyone's mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what gets me.
Hey, look, again, benefit of the doubt. There's every chance that he's like a sexless weirdo who's never been kissed outside of a massage parlor, and that it wouldn't even occur to him to find these girls attractive. It might be that he doesn't find anyone attractive. I give him like a 10% chance that he's just a sexless weirdo.
Okay, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
No
way.
He's still grooming them.
Yeah. That's what, regardless of you just said the definition of it is to manipulate young minds with your mental judo to get a benefit for you.
Yeah.
His benefit would be that he's connected with all those people before they were old enough to vote.
Yeah.
And now they'll vote for him.
Yeah.
So he's fucking grooming. That's
grooming.
The benefit of the doubt is still you're cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still breaking laws and doing nefarious shit with no ethics behind it to improve your standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't...
Going to a school to talk to school children is like... sending them auto-encrypted, auto-deleted messages. It's like, well, you're a groomer, bro.
On like the dick pic app of choice.
Yeah, bro, it is the dick pic app.
Yeah, that's got to be why dick pics exploded. Because, this thing deletes everything.
Yeah,
sick.
Yeah.
But then there's the old screenshot button. I hope somebody comes out with some like, no, he is terrible. Look, like that would be better.
Yeah, that would be good. There's a tangential piece of news around that, which is about encryption. I was reading this piece I won't go too far into it, but the people who run Signal are fighting with governments across the world because law enforcement as opposed to encryption generally. It makes it harder for them to do their jobs. So governments have found cool loopholes with encryption. For instance, mass surveillance systems are implemented before encryption takes place, so they don't undermine encryption. Right? You still get your end-to-end encrypted chat with your friend, and the government just takes all the information before that happens. Isn't that fucking nifty?
That works out way better for everyone.
Yeah. So Signal is saying they're going to fight this everywhere and then stop operating in any jurisdiction where that's happening.
Interesting.
So just remember, if you can't get Signal in your country, your encryption is fucking worthless anyway.
Yeah. I got one. Boing.
Oh, I got like 4 for Boeing. What do you got?
The CEO apologizes to the families for they actually do go after whistleblowers.
Well, I didn't hear him say that specifically.
That's what they were getting accused of. And
I mean, they were getting accused of going after whistleblowers, yeah.
And he said sorry for doing it.
Okay.
Which means they do it.
Well, yeah, retaliation, like firing people is what he means. But
yeah, but if your company...
it does help to establish a pattern of behavior.
He needs to think about what's been asked. Like, hey, do you guys go after whistleblowers? And it's like, we retaliate. And it's like, one of them's been murdered. The other guy fucking fell apart because of an injection. Yeah, come on. You guys can't be talking like that.
So there was
No, we just fire them. Just fire them. There's no problem. Not us. Not Boeing. And knowing full well there's a fucking government hitman standing outside that guy's house.
Well, possibly, bro.
Well,
so
they do retaliate.
I watched some of the committee hearing with their CEO, Calhoun. The senator grilling him was like, you get paid $33 million a year, right? He's like, yep. He's like, that's up 48% on last year. Why is that, man? The planes aren't safer, are they? Are shares up? He's like, no. He's like, are profits up? He's like, no. Why'd you get a 48% raise?
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro, and it's not... The guy didn't answer, but the question is the question's the meat of that, right?
Yep, not surprised.
Have you watched those hearings before? They are maddening.
Yeah, bro.
They're maddening to watch because the trick is that they don't answer any questions. And if they ask you for specifics, you say you don't have them, but you could get them.
And isn't the rules like if somebody asks a question to the Senate...
Yeah.
And they don't want to answer it at that time, they can just be like, well, we're going to suspend this. And it's like, what's the point? Yeah. Yeah. You can just take your ball and go home.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
You can build a picture of someone as not answering questions, but you can't make them answer questions. Yeah. So if I was Calhoun and the panel asked me what specific steps I'd taken to protect whistleblowers, if the real answer is going to make me or Boeing look bad, I won't say what steps. I won't even say that I've taken steps. I'll say, like, look, we take safety very seriously, and I'm proud of the work we've done to protect whistleblowers. Yeah, bro. Yeah. But in that statement, I didn't say I'd done really anything. I said I was proud of work that I'd done, which was not the question.
Yeah. No, that's that CEO Luxon talk.
Yeah, bro. And that's how all these guys get away with crimes and negligence. And
well, you just respond in a bunch of noises that people are like, I think he said something.
Yeah, he did. He said words, right?
They sounded good.
Yeah. So the door plug that blew off that flight was just inside of the window where they had to be good boys. So they had like 3 months no fucking around, and the door plug blew out like just before the end of it. Boeing's mounting a legal challenge that the door plug blowing out at 30,000 feet because they didn't bolt it in place doesn't reflect on their safety culture or violate their deferred prosecution agreement the government gave them after their corporate greed killed 348 people. Here we are, buddy. It's the COVID special. Just say it would be a happy
Sick
episode.
Boys. Oh, okay.
There's more boy news, bro. These guys are fucking rat bags.
We're going to go slightly off, but it's very close. A power pylon fell over in Northland.
I saw the picture of it.
Yeah. Those didn't have any bolts in it.
Like it wasn't bolted to its foundation?
I don't know. The picture was it on its side.
Right.
And where the feet are, normally when something does that, it has threaded bolts
maybe
hanging in it. So I don't know if someone removed them or whatever, but I know there's some eggheads online talking about how it was unbolted. But what got me laughing was the power pylon fell over. Luxon's plane didn't work to go to Japan.
Yeah.
and the ferry ran aground last night.
Bro, I saw that this morning. And they're like, do you know
TV.
if they floated it again? Because I was looking at the picture this morning. I was like,
can't
I don't
remember.
think so, dude.
Yeah, they were talking about getting it going today because it's the
9 o'clock was high tide. But
It's the
looking at
rail-
the picture, it looked like it didn't just kind of touch it. Like it ran aground.
Yeah.
It's up on an angle and shit.
so it's the rail ferry.
Yeah, it's not passengers really. It's just like freight or whatever.
Well, hopefully the South Island doesn't need any stuff for it. Like, whoops.
But ferry's been a clusterfuck, right?
Dude, why is everything like the plane doesn't work? The
plane doesn't
pylon
work.
fell over.
Yeah.
Like choose your fighter on the
bro.
disaster, bro.
Crack up,
Like,
yeah.
Just
Choose-
we're back on track. and
Choose
there's-
your infrastructure.
Yeah, back on track, says Luxon and National.
Yeah.
And there's like this ferry run
The
aground.
plane's falling out of the sky.
Yeah. And like, oh, we don't have power. How come? Fell over.
Yeah.
And it's like, what's the official report? They're not supposed to fall over.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this country?
What are you going to do about these ferries? Don't worry, we already cancelled the replacements. Oh, yo.
Just,
Interesting, man.
oh, I'd like to have seen Nicola Willis in her kitchen, getting up, checking her phone, and being like, "Fuck!" Just text from Chris Bishop, hey, like, let's go. Like
Yeah.
all of them just in their group chat going, Nicola, what you gonna say about the Corollas now?
Yeah.
Because they said there's nothing. Sometimes you can get the job done with 2 used Corollas. And it's like, yeah,
Who
it's
said that?
Chris Bishop.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like,
I'm
well,
sure he's driven a lot of used Corollas in his life, eh?
what happens when your Corolla like runs aground in the like it's a mile away from where it's supposed to be or something, eh? Like on the nautical maps.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to go here.
Yeah.
And it's like run aground like I think it's a kilometer to the
Right.
left.
That's steering fucked out, right?
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I read this
How
morning.
else would the boat like? And it's the steering fucked out,
Yeah.
or someone's getting fired. Someone's quitting. I should say, not getting
They
fired.
certainly said that it was a steering malfunction because
It better be because
they called them like the El Shitbox or something. I can't remember what they called
Yeah,
it because it's
but
a
if it's-
Spanish ship.
If they're like, oh, the
El Limon, that's what they call it.
if the steering fucked out,
Yeah.
it's like no shit, cuz if it didn't fuck out, what was it? Like if the steering didn't fuck out, someone drove it there,
Yeah.
and was like, eat shit.
Yeah.
No, the steering fucked out. Duh. Yeah, just fuck.
Disabled by orcas, perhaps.
That's a big orca.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well.
that's Te Ika Amaui.
Yeah.
That's a huge big fish. No, I just cracked up at that. Like, yeah, the plane, like the Air New Zealand politician prime minister guy has
Yeah.
a problem with planes.
Well, he's got a layered problem with planes because when
Yeah.
he was in opposition, Labour wanted to.
Yep.
They wanted to upgrade the planes. They were
Yeah.
like, dude, this is bullshit. We keep getting stuck. We have to upgrade the planes. And they're like, they made it a cornerstone issue. They're like, typical wasteful spending for themselves.
Yeah.
Now that they're in government, like, well, dude, we got to have new planes.
Yeah,
right?
it's so funny, like, because that means there had to be a meeting, bro, where it's like our planes, and everyone looks at Luxon and
yeah,
he rings
he's
his.
like, what do I know about
No, he
planes?
rings his wife, being like, "Babe, it's time. Like, it's my time to shine."
Yeah.
And then clusterfuck. Yeah,
Right.
it's beautiful, karmic.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one? Oh, from now on, anything bad, like you know how you're saying, like if your your card declines, your groceries got cancelled.
Cancelled, dude.
There's a new one. Oh, this is gonna ruin the tour.
Yeah.
Do you know this?
I do know that, bro.
Bro, did you know Justin Timberlake got arrested? They took him back out, and they reckon he was like performing later. Like they dealt with all of this shit in the daytime,
Right.
and then did his concert that night,
Nice.
visibly high.
Well, you'd want to be. You already had a DUI. You need
Bro,
something to keep you going. I
He
think.
was on top of the world, dude.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake trying to dance all sexy, just big ass fucking eyes, bro.
Yo.
Pupils, like us talking about tunnel talk sized eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. And it's like the crowd are like repulsed by him.
Really?
Yeah, there's like girls in the front row, like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, you can see them
Jeez.
recoiling and shit. And he's just like, it's fucking hilarious.
That's nightmarish.
Yeah,
For a pop star. That's
but
gotta
now,
be
like, if any inconvenience, any ratchet shit happen, like if you get cancelled, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is gonna ruin the tour.
ruin the tour.
Yeah, bro, that's got to be the new one.
Damn it.
Yeah, gonna ruin the tour.
It's pretty
Or
good.
like people were cracking the amount of jokes that were made, like, oh, Justin Timberlake's been done and then the next like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, just
This is people doing
seconds.
puns on his song titles and stuff.
Yeah, and like, oh, did you hear he's gonna have to go to jail for a while? Oh, when does he get out? Oh, it's gonna be May. Like just all these jokes.
I know.
Oh, you fucking love them. Just the speed that people fuck with celebrities.
Yeah.
I love that shit. But then, yeah, he just shows back up at his concert on all of the cocaine and every other upper he could get his hands on.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Go, Justin.
Yeah.
I hope it gets to like 3 weeks into the tour and it's like Justin Timberlake's heart has exploded on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. We seen him before he left.
He could Mac Miller himself, bro. Just out of there.
That's gonna piss off millennials. Eh? He's like Jesus to those cunts, bro. They love Mac Miller.
Yeah. Well, he back in 2019, he really ruined the tour. You know?
He fucked the tour, eh? He Michael Jackson to the tour. Yeah, because Michael didn't get to do a tour, did he? He was planning for it.
Like his last.
This is it.
This is it.
Yeah. Oh, and the most appropriately named guy in New Zealand, Knob Clark.
Nobby, yes.
Knob.
The fellow's been saying the N-word up and down the country, right?
And like apparently showed up at a fireman's, like an event for help fundraising for firefighters or something, and proceeded to just get shit-faced and ripped on everybody, said ratchet shit to everyone, picked on one girl, like in a room full of people, like just real ratchet, made fun of the firefighters.
It's called negging, bro, and it's a cornerstone of pickup artists.
Volunteer firefighters are second-class citizens and shit, like just real ratchet. And then they hit him up about.
He's trying to be nice when he says.
They hit him up about it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm actually recovering from this thing, and I think I've suffered brain fade." And it's like, bro, just say you're an asshole. Like it's not working.
Yeah,
you're clearly a dick. You're a knob. They've called you Nobby because it's cute, but no, your mates hate you. That's why they've given you that name. It's like Dicky or Cocky. You don't have to be called that, but your mates think you're that.
Yeah.
I know heaps of people with nicknames that they're like stoked on that they don't know the truth. But yeah, fuck Nobby Clark. They've all said he should resign, and he's come out being like, no, I'm fine. And it's like, dude, you're not. You're not fine.
You're saying the M-word all over the place. You're getting drunk and saying ratchet things to people.
And then being like, oh, sorry, that's my brain fade. It's like, if your brain is fading, you should probably not be in these positions.
Yeah.
But what do I fucking know?
Yeah. That's what I think too. There's more boing news.
Lastly, before your boing news, I found out that the US has recently claimed they ran a massive anti-vax campaign in the Philippines.
Yo, I had this in my notes and I didn't get around to researching it. Please tell me more.
Basically, they were doing it on purpose to fuck with China.
Right, so China comes out with their vax.
Yeah.
And the US starts using their... by what arm does their military do it? How do they do it?
Apparently it was there. They used they just did the troll farm bots. I think they created bots to go into talk to all these different groups,
drum up fake hashtags and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. And why it was I can't remember the hashtag exactly, but it's like hashtag China something virus. And like they were saying,
it was like I don't know, was it China is the virus? Or
don't take the vaccine.
The vax is the virus or something.
The vaccine China made. They're the same people that made the disease. They basically looked at what happened to their country and were like, you could totally do this somewhere else.
You could do that to hurt our adversaries.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they come out being like, we did that.
Like, what?
Is anyone going to do anything?
So at the same time, your government's like, hey, if you work for the government, you have to take this vax. They go to another country and you guys
don't trust the vax.
Don't trust the vax. You guys can't take it.
Yeah. Which resulted in heaps of shit going wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was all a matter of, it was trying to fuck with China. Weird.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Bro, I finished this book about the CIA. I'm like 10, 20 pages off or whatever. That's got some fucking wild shit in it, which I might come back to after.
Yeah. Hit us with your boing.
I got 2 boing newses, bro.
Mm-hmm.
There's one, there's a plane that took off in Queenstown where flames were seen shooting from the back of the engine, like boom, like big.
They just do
flames.
That though, remember?
They just do that. Well, this wasn't.
It wasn't on fire.
Yeah, this wasn't like compression stalling or whatever I said last week. This was explained as bird strikes. This happened.
Flammable birds.
Well, you know how birds fly in pitch darkness after the sun sets in
all
such
the time.
formations that
All
they
the
can
time.
be inhaled by jet engines one after the other? You
Yeah,
know.
they're the ones that explode when they touch steel.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have sodium in their feet. What? The exploding birds of Queenstown that fly at night.
That's how they. But I watched the video and it's dark.
I want one of these jobs where you can just make up excuses for Boeing.
Yeah, that'd be good. We'd be good at that.
We'd be so good at it.
So they
see what
reckon-
happens is that in Queenstown, mosquitoes, because it's cold, mosquitoes will actually clump like a fist.
Yeah,
And yeah, you put one of those in an engine, bro, and fire
yeah.
because they're so dry.
There were tiger slugs mating on the windshield and inadvertently unscrewed some of the
Yeah,
things
because
that
they
held
do
the
that spin
windshield.
thing when they're made. Oh, that's a leopard slug, my bad.
Fuck it, a leopard slug. Yeah, learn your difference between your tiger slugs and your leopard slugs.
I'm pretty bad at that.
I thought that was an interesting justification for it. Look, maybe that's true, but it seemed like a few things happened one after the other. But I found out in the course of this, my favorite thing that I found out about bird strikes is they test them by running the engine as hard as they can and shooting frozen chickens at it. Like getting a big fucking cannon or slingshot or whatever and just shoot frozen chickens into the
See, how
turbine
do you
engine.
get these jobs?
I don't know, but that's awesome too.
Now, no wonder nothing's working with Boeing if that's what they're up to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's test some shit.
Well, to
Have
be
you got
honest,
that big trolley full
look,
of frozen chickens?
Let's be honest. They're not doing it. Right?
I would be doing it and not writing down my results.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd just be, get the slingshot out, I'm bored. But a frozen chicken going through a jet engine has to cause more shit than a normal chicken.
You think
Like
so?
a not frozen bird.
I don't know.
No, that's some horse shit, bro. Good lying. Good lying.
Yeah.
I respect their lie.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
And to just stand there like, birds.
Yeah, it was birds.
It was birds.
You know, they fly around at night, and sometimes a few of them, and they get inhaled by
It's
the
cold
jet
in
engine.
Queenstown and the
Yeah.
engines let off a lot of heat. Sometimes they get
Sometimes your
confused.
cat will sleep on the bonnet of your car.
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
There's another fucking great lie that they put out this week, bro. You know, the Starliner. The Boeing spacecraft that went up to the ISS. It's staying for an extra few days just to make sure the crew and vessel are ready.
They're just going around and checking all the screws, eh?
No, it's got helium leaks. And they haven't sussed out all the ways that the fucking spacecraft is
How
broken,
did they
dude.
figure it out? Eh? I think something's wrong with the spaceship.
Check out the fucking lie, though, bro. Mark Nappy, vice president of Boeing's commercial program, added, quote, "We have an incredible opportunity to spend more time at station and perform more tests, which provides invaluable data unique to our position," end quote.
Yeah, I bet the guys
So
up
it's
there,
good,
hey,
actually, that
but-
they didn't build the fucking ship right, bro.
I bet
It's
the
good.
guys up there are stoked.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be loving. Look, they get to go to space, bro. I think they'd take it if it was a coin flip whether they lived or died. Like these astronauts, bro. Like they'll go. They'll be all right.
Super obsessed with it, eh?
Yeah. So I don't think they got to worry
We've
about
been
that.
afforded a great opportunity to stay in Auckland longer because we've got no money for gas.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
That's it. We're excited to see what we can learn.
Yeah.
Here's a great opportunity for
Yeah,
us.
it's a great opportunity. Our rides left us.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck off.
Not
boy.
even that. It's just like, no, we didn't like. We built this car ourselves and we didn't fucking check it properly.
It's way better.
So we
That's
stopped for
way
gas
better.
and I don't know.
And now we're in Whangamata.
Yeah.
Like, just fuck, that's funny. They like, nah, this is a good thing. Seriously, we're stoked as we're here. Honest.
Yeah. It's great. How often do you get to go to Whangamata, bro? Hell yeah.
You just cut to the spaceship, eh? And it's just 6 fucking cunts sitting there. Just gone mad. Turns out you can't be that long in space.
Yeah.
Event Horizon, everybody. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It was pretty cool. We'll have a break, eh?
One last quick
yeah.
point, just a real quick. There is a new guy who's come forward publicly. This guy's called Sam Mohawk. He works for the Boeing Quality Assurance Unit in Renton, Washington. One of his claims is that they had the company told employees to move 60 non-conforming parts to another location to hide them from inspectors. Most of them were moved back. Some were lost and never accounted for. They were probably installed. And he claims that later that year they told employees to delete records about the parts. and that's why he complained to Boeing, who took no action, which is now why he's risking his life, I guess.
Fucking hell, bro.
Yo.
What was his name?
Stephen Tryhawk. No, Sam Mohawk.
Try harder.
Yeah.
Break.
Well.
I love it.
Yes. I only feel slightly better.
Pseudo.
I feel pseudo better.
I feel great.
Do you see that idiot Sneeko get fucking rocked?
The best part is I saw Sneeko standing there with a broken tooth. Being like, I just got smacked in the face. And I was like, oh, about time. Someone was bound to. And then I saw the footage of the guy actually leap and Superman punch him.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
If you just take that 3 seconds of it, Hat getting knocked off, he leaps forward as he pulls his fist back. Same movement. He leaps forward, fist back. Flying Superman punch. Doesn't even knock his teeth out. Breaks his teeth, bro.
Brilliant.
One, like, lightning. It's a perfect video.
Yes.
POV, your Sneeko getting fucking lit
Lunched.
up. Yeah, bro.
Yes, that footage is satisfying.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to know anything about him to enjoy that video.
Nah.
But the more you know about him, the more you'll probably enjoy it.
Bro, this is just in terms of like celebrity internet fighting stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know who Eddie Hall is?
World's strongest man.
Yeah,
at various times.
Did you see him recently fight like 2 regular men?
No, I didn't.
They're like,
He's supposed to fight the mountain, right?
they've fought. That happened.
Who won?
I can't even remember. It was that
Was
lackluster.
it dumb?
Well, they're tired.
Yeah.
They're big boys.
Yeah, bro.
Mm.
They get tired in like
Yeah.
90 seconds or
No,
whatever.
Eddie Hall.
Eddie wouldn't though.
Eddie Hall fought 2 like 50-kilo fellas. Like when I first watched it, I thought he was fighting dwarves, but apparently no. They're just 2 very small guys.
50-kilo fellas.
They're brothers.
Right.
And yeah, like I saw the
They
weigh-in.
must have minced them, right?
Lunched.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the weigh-ins, they're like one of them's on top of the other one's shoulders and like flicked his head and like pushed him and shit. And Eddie ends up picking up another small fella and throwing him at those 2. I'm not making any of this up. Yeah.
What banner was this under? ACW, something like that.
Nah, some weird backwater thing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in a cage. It's not in a ring.
Where'd
Yeah.
they find the third guy?
Well, he was just
throw
sort of
him.
on the stage. Like, he was obviously on their side because he was a smaller
Oh, this was during
guy.
the weigh-in. I was
Yeah,
picturing
yeah.
it happening during the fight.
No, oh, the
He
fight's
picks
way
up
better.
grabs
Bro,
the third guy
just
out
a
the
sec.
side of the cage.
We're going to have a quick stop just so Jizzy can watch this fight.
All right, then.
Yeah, so that's mental way.
It's a decisive victory.
Yeah, and like when I watched it, I was like, 2 midgets are fighting Eddie Hall? What the Oh, no, they're just little fellas.
Yeah.
And
I
then-
feel like he could take 2 bigger guys than that. You know?
Yeah.
If they're 50 kilos, I reckon you put him against 60-kilo guys.
Like, I don't
Maybe
know.
even bigger.
Yeah, he's a fucking scary dude.
Yeah.
And he seems to know how to fight.
I mean, at a certain level of like
Size.
size difference, it matters way less.
Yeah, he just swing.
Yeah.
It's
So
just-
what is that guy? He must weigh 140, 150 kilos, right?
Easily.
He's a strong man, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But what the fuck's going on in the world where there's like strong men just murking little fellas?
Yeah. He could have thrown the kids that he was fighting. He could have thrown them like way higher up in the air if he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just kind of like put him down. He
sort
could have
of
like chucked him out of the
powerbombed
ring.
him. He just, it's like fucking freaky to watch though. Because
Yeah.
you just see that on your timeline. Like, is that a crime? Did
Yeah.
I just watch a crime?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's like when UFC had no crowds and you could hear cunts getting.
Oh yeah,
fucking
over the
murked.
pandemic and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a different
It's
experience,
very
eh?
harrowing to watch, just smack, and you just, oh fuck, that,
Yeah.
It's a bit weirder with the, like, you hear the big ones and the slap sort of noises when cunts get knocked out, but
Yeah.
when it was quiet, it was freaky.
Yeah, and that's when is it Leon Edwards, the guy who talks massive smack? He just he's a black dude, maybe like middleweight-ish.
Oh, I don't
and
think
he
it's Leon Edwards,
talks
but I
so
know the
fucking,
dude.
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And he talks so much shit. The whole he's just talking
Constantly.
the whole time he's fighting.
Yeah.
And he came up during the
Yep.
quarantine times.
Oh, that's fucked up.
He
though.
fought everybody too. He fought heaps. Bro, I was reading that book about the CIA.
Yep.
It has a lot to do with this guy, Billy Waugh. I've been doing a bit of great man history.
Yep.
I've been sick with a headache pounding through my fucking teeth. I've been reading all kinds of stuff. This guy, Billy Waugh, he was, if I've got my facts straight, he's credited with like pioneering the halo jump, high altitude, low opening, like the daredevil parachute jump to get you secretly into places. So he pioneered that, trained other people how to do it. Was a CIA guy for like decades and decades. He was conducting surveillance on Osama bin Laden in 1991, right? And he's in Sudan, and they have him do blackface to do his surveillance. So he goes in to take pictures. Sudan is so fucked at this point that what they've elected to do, rather than fix social problems such as people starving in the streets and total lawlessness, is ban photography. So you can't have a camera or film or anything like that in Sudan at this time. So at this point, bro, when they deploy this CIA asset to Sudan to look for Osama bin Laden, he's 60. So they put him in there, and his plan, because he's a mid-sized 60-year-old white man, he's conspicuous. Everyone there, apparently, they're massively tall, jet black dudes. So he shows his idea is he'll run around the city as a stubborn American on a fitness kick. Like, if anybody asks, to be like, gotta stay fit, just gotta keep moving, especially as you get older.
Staying exercising.
Totally, and they'll just be like crazy American, whatever.
Wow.
What they do instead is they make him a black rubber mask and black rubber hands, and they give him a Soviet-era car with no floor, and they have him drive around Khartoum, I think. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, or Sudan. It's a little cartoonish, this whole story, I suppose. All right, I'm not making this up. This is what he says. It's 120 degrees Fahrenheit. He's driving with rubber hands and rubber mask. He says they made the lips too big. It's the CIA. They're not known for their ethnic sensitivities, I would say.
Yeah, but aren't they known for like excellent mask building?
Yep. Apparently the masks were like, you know, they were passable. The guy would anybody who stopped him, he just bribed with cigarettes anyways. So like rank and file guys didn't know. I mean, rank and file guys might have seen somebody, but they just take the bribe.
Of course.
Like other intelligence
Why
services
else?
or whatever.
Like, I'll take the bribe because I'm not ringing my boss and being like, yo, there's this white guy in a black rubber mask sitting here in the middle of fucking Sudan in a Russian-era car. A Soviet-era car.
Yeah.
Like, oh, nah, got any darts? You give me 3 packs of darts, bro. I saw nothing.
Yeah. They apparently sent him out with a guy who outranked him to show that guy like
what he was up to.
No, like bolt holes, so like ways to get out of the city.
Yeah.
So like, hey, if you need to get out in a hurry while you're operating, I've scouted out. That's a good way to get out.
Yep.
I've prepped something here. So he shows him his escape routes and all that. But he's driving around Sudan real fucking fast, really hot, in black rubber masks because they made one for this guy too. And the dude like...
It's like an episode of Archer, eh?
Yeah,
but
bro,
way
for sure.
Worse.
And he spews in his mask, and they get stopped, and he can't take the mask off. So he gets back, and he like peels his mask off, and their commanding officer is like, "What the fuck happened to you?" And he was like, "You shouldn't make this guy you shouldn't make this guy do this." And he got pulled out of Sudan, and they were like, "Okay, you can do your jogger
Crazy fitness
shtick,
kick,
bro.
guy.
See how it goes."
Holy.
And he was fine, and he totally did it. He went on to be. He went on to do, he was like boots on the ground in Afghanistan. He was deployed at 71 years old in Afghanistan, bro.
That's because he's made out of concrete.
Yeah, bro. He
Holy fuck.
after September 11, 2001. I forget, honestly.
You're not supposed to.
No. He apparently went to the head of the CIA's like public facing, like the guy who's publicly in charge of it, and just set up like a cheap beach chair out front of his office and was like, "Send me to war." And he was like, "Dude, I can't." And he's like, "All right, I'll be out here. You should really send me to war." And it's like just a few days after 9/11, there's so many people coming in and out of his office, and everyone has to go past this 70-year-old man. He's like, he won't send me to war. Eventually the dude fucking caves in. He's like, "Fine," and he fucking gives him a unit and he sends him out there to do like what he's best at, and he immediately fucking immediately gets really important pictures of a guy that nobody had got for decades. Yeah, bro.
He's just the dude off the A-Team.
Yeah,
Sounds
kind of.
like
He
it,
got
eh?
that picture by hiding in a dumpster. It was like a movie, bro.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. This is what the movies where they get their inspiration.
For sure, bro.
is
Yeah,
that
I was
the
very struck with
reality's
that.
actually crazier.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, Hideo Kojima's work and all that kind of stuff is all.
Oh, yeah.
Like borrows heavily from this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's-
playing that game when you're 13 is like
Yeah.
real mind bending.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's so much fun stuff about the CIA. Apparently, the HQ, they keep some version of personnel records, even of like their like,
Spies.
yeah, but they keep pseudo real records of them. So it's real records, but it apparently it has a last name that assigns a false ethnicity to you. So, for instance, you might be in there under Helvis bin Wallenstein. I'd be like Jizzy Mbappe or something. Like you don't
funny.
have, yeah, bro. Yeah,
Just to help muddy the waters.
yeah, for sure. So it's your real file, but it has a name that it's not your name that suggests that you're even a
See,
different race.
This is something I've learned about myself through this podcast.
What's that?
Do you want to be a spy or do you want to use this cannon and shoot frozen chickens into this jet engine? I know which one I choose. I don't want to be a spy.
It's the chicken one.
It's the chicken one. I want to come home and my missus be like, how was your day? It's like, fuck, this engine took 18. Like, that's my whole job is like, I have to write down how many chickens it took to break a engine.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, give me that job. I'll break all your shit. Versus driving around Sudan in a fucking black rubber mask.
Yeah, bro.
And giving cunts cigarettes and they look at me fucked up and just pulling up and the guy with a machine gun looks at you and you go, I know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like cartons of Marlboros out the
Just
side,
fucking
bro.
take it.
Totally.
Just trying to find other shit to give him because
Yeah.
it's so unbelievable.
Because he needs to find Osama.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Billy War.
Billy War,
appropriately
yeah, like
named.
W-A-U-G-H.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
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 Nah, that's crazy. How old was he when he died? Or it's like he hasn't yet.
No,
and they can't
he was
find
in
him.
his 80s, and I think he was deployed until he died.
Fuck, what a
Of
unit.
natural causes, yeah.
Of natural causes.
I believe so, like
Yeah,
heart
yeah.
failure and stuff, yeah. Like,
So after everything that happened, the only thing that could take that cunt out was God.
yeah, bro.
Sick.
He
That's awesome.
yeah, and his attitude to it was like, it's war. Nobody can determine who lives and dies. No way to
Sick.
no way to tell, no way to justify it. Nothing.
What an insane person.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, bro, that's fucking wild though.
I know you have another insane dude.
I do, yeah.
Do you want to go into that?
Can do.
Umbrella guy.
It is Umbrella Guy, bro. Allison Digby Tatham Water, who in
Allison.
the Second World War, he's it's this guy. He in the Second World War, he's
But he looks like everything you're about to say.
he does from the name. You can imagine his picture, right? That's of course that's what he looked like. He would bring an umbrella with him into battle. And the reason that he did this is because he couldn't remember the passcodes and stuff that he was supposed to have. He had some rank that meant that he was supposed to know a lot of passwords, and he couldn't remember them. And instead, he opted to start bringing an umbrella with him to war, to battle and stuff, thinking that his allies would go like, only a bloody fool Englishman would carry an umbrella into battle and let him in. And that's what happened. He also used the umbrella in battle. He stabbed out the eye of a guy who was driving an armored car and blinded him. So there's a slit that they see through. He pokes his umbrella through and bayonets the guy's eye with it.
No
and then
shit.
another time he saved a chaplain. Like a chaplain got shot, and he runs out there with his umbrella. He gets to the chaplain. He's like, "Don't worry, I have an umbrella," and drags him to safety. The guy lived.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Just how you said about the armored car guy.
Yeah.
Do you know about the Emu War in Australia?
Only a little bit. The government declared war on emus, didn't they?
so there
What
was
did they
that
do?
many,
Yeah.
they had to send the army in to fight the amount of
They
emus.
declared war.
Bro, they lost.
Yeah?
They lost.
There's
and
still emus around.
they had to come back, bro. There was shit like guys driving in a Jeep and the fucking emu would put its head in the window and like chase after them and like get its neck in the steering wheel and the dude would lose control. Like they were losing to the emus.
Yeah.
There was that many. Like
Yeah.
Jeeps and tanks getting stuck in the mud, bro, and the guy gets out and he's just emus. Like, yeah, just got a hiding.
How
But
many
yeah,
I just
think
casualties numbers?
if you were told like, hey, you have to go kill these birds, you'd be like, okay. And then you're driving along in your Jeep and you're like, look how fucking many there are. And whoa, like one takes you the fuck out. You'd get to heaven mad. You probably didn't go to heaven if you're
not me.
shooting up emus.
Not
But
either of us.
no, yeah, it's just the way he said, like, yeah, he took one guy out, like, driving past. That's reminded me of the emu thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's all good. I don't know. That's all there's one more interesting thing about that guy is he went on to, what's the word? Instigate. I've got dumb COVID brain.
He started like a militant group. Is it that thing?
No,
Oh.
no. He like pioneered and profligated the idea of the modern safari, which is where you find animals and take pictures of them rather than shoot them.
Ah.
So he went on to like kind of invent that.
What a good cunt.
Yeah, yeah, interesting guy, right?
Saving priests with umbrellas and shit. And
Yeah,
saving the world with all the animals on it.
yeah.
Good guy. Should we kick in the tunnels?
We can do, bro. Yeah,
I got fuck all, but you've always got heaps.
I've got at least some interesting stuff to talk about.
Sweet
Sure.
is. I'll just drop in the stinger.
Alrighty. We can take a break or keep rolling.
We'll take a break. Just seems easier.
In the beginning, some believed they would have a better chance on the surface.
Are you frustrated with these yet?
Maybe they did for a while.
I just look at you way differently.
Ain't nobody to ask. Ain't a single soul
by yourself.
ever come back after going skyward.
In your wife's art room.
For some of
Yeah.
us,
It's technically art, bro.
the tunnels are all we've ever
Just.
known. Tunnel talk.
Excellent.
It's tunnel talk, everybody. There's exciting revelations in the tunnel space.
Yep. Before we kick straight in, did you want to talk about your mate and his fucking Calvary?
Oh, just that same guy,
Yeah.
Northern Tater, or whatever. Just Tatham Water. He went to live in Kenya after the war, and there was an uprising, and he led, trained, and funded like a cavalry unit, and led a charge. I don't know.
Yeah,
bro.
Just
I don't know if he
adds
had
to
his umbrella in that instance, but
He'd have to
yeah,
be habit at that point.
yeah,
Moving on.
yeah, bro. We had
You got some developments?
well, you had some tunnel engagements.
I have had some pretty cool things. So
Yeah.
I chopped up some of our episodes into reels
Sure.
or shorts or whatever the fuck it is they get
Yeah,
called. 'Cause
spots or
they're different on every platform.
But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but one of them was about us talking. One of them was with Craig, and we were talking about the TikTok tunnel lady,
Yeah.
tunnel girl.
Tunnel girl.
And I just mentioned her in the post of one of the reels, and she liked it. So what up, dude? If she ended up watching any of this shit, that's hilarious.
Yo.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah, sorry, it was the COVID special.
keep making what you're just keep doing what you're doing.
Totally.
Don't worry about our thing. Don't watch it. But thank you for saying it was cool. Yeah. And heaps of people have just messaged and watched it. Like watched these reels. Like we had about 1,000 views overnight.
Yeah.
Which pretty cool. We got some spikes in our downloads and listens and shit. So
Yeah.
it's pretty fun that more people are getting into it.
I like from Tunnel Girl is
Pretty much
the
what we were
highest
after.
authority in the land, I would say.
Unless you can get your mate, what is it? Alfred Cox or whatever his name is.
It's Arnold Dix.
Close. Fucking close. That was right next to the flag.
Perfect. Yeah,
right
right.
next to the flag.
Alfred Cox.
Yeah.
Stand for such disrespect.
That
That's
wasn't
cool.
disrespect.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty cool one to have her fucking like if you do like any of the tunnel stuff, check her out. She's way more engaging and has way more cool stuff than we do. But
yeah. She's got actual tunnels that she's working on, for instance.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But that's amazing. It's
it's a pretty big deal.
yeah, it's cool as hell. Do you know about ship tunnels?
Tell me.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a canal in the form of a tunnel. Now there's one being proposed.
To be honest, when you say ship tunnels, I think of a ship with a tunnel in it, so that smaller ships could pass through it, and it would limit congestion in ports.
That's very weird.
Yeah, because why would you do that?
No, that doesn't make any sense
at all. Yeah.
No, we're talking about a regular tunnel, but some
Boats.
amount of it is underwater. In this case, about 15 meters of it is underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they want to put it in Norway.
They haven't?
The Stad municipality. Work began supposedly in 2023.
Sick.
Apparently it has begun. It is not complete. It's 1,800 meters long, 49 meters, 37 meters wide, and a clearance of 49 meters. In the Stadhavet Sea, the weather's really treacherous.
Mm-hmm.
Ships crash, people die.
Got
It's
it.
something that was proposed quite a long time ago. It was proposed 150 years ago, this ship tunnel. A tunnel like this, you can't use a TBM. You can't use them in salt water, I don't think.
Tunnel boring machine?
Yeah.
For the uninitiated?
Yeah. So it'll be drilling and blasting.
Sick.
Yeah.
They're the kings of that.
Yeah, bro. When they proposed it 150 years ago, they suggested that for half the cost, they could build a railway from point to point and like winches and stuff on either side and just lift the ships out of the water and put them on giant trains to take them to the other side. They've settled on
That's
a much
ambitious.
more... Yeah, they've settled on the much more sensible tunneling approach.
Ship tunnel.
Yeah.
And where'd you say? Norway?
It's Norway.
Yeah.
Yeah. More Scandies, bro. Norwads this time. It'll cost $1 billion and some krones or whatever they use over there.
That's the COVID special, baby.
Yeah, baby. I might have some more scrappy tunnel talk.
I saw
bits.
one that once it's completed will take the record for the longest underwater tunnel. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Denmark to Germany, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't started it. They've started doing they make the sections in concrete and then put it in. I can't remember the name of it.
Like an immersed tube tunnel.
That's the exact one.
Yeah.
Yep.
They dig a ditch to lay all those in. Yeah.
But they're having to like make the sections. Like they've created some factory.
It's called a casting basin is where they make the...
Yeah. But they've had to make that.
Yeah, bro.
To then make... Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's so solution orientated.
Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah. And
they got the Danes involved. You'll be all good.
the Scandies.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Every time they just got this better way to make a tunnel.
Yeah. There's a proposed tunnel from Europe to Africa.
Really?
Yeah. It's been proposed on and off for a very long time. I don't have many details about it. Maybe it's something I'll bring in the future.
That's fucking huge, isn't it?
Yeah, I was serious. Yeah, it would be the longest one. The one that I was reading about, and I don't have as many details as I'd like to, but I was reading about the Channel Tunnel. It was from Britain to France.
Yep.
That's pretty interesting in itself. And they, for a long time, like they proposed that 200 years ago. They didn't want to build it initially because of security, basically.
Yeah.
They hated each other for so fucking long, bro.
It's just crazy.
We put a tunnel there, they'll just attack us through it.
The size of some of these projects is just fucking like blows your mind. Like to think someone sat down and went, well, if we do it this way, it'll work. I'm like, give that man the $10,000.
Yeah.
He wins America's Funniest Home Videos. How did you come up with that?
Yeah, bro.
It's ridiculous what these. Yeah.
Do you know about the Gotthard Base Tunnel?
This has come up while I was looking up the Denmark one, but I didn't look into
it's
it.
Swiss. It's the longest rail tunnel. Longest and deepest, technically. It might have been surpassed recently, but it might be 50 kilometers. I might be talking out my ass here. I normally like to have these stats on hand. I think it goes 55 kilometers through this massive mountain. And they did it because it's train tunnels. They don't have to undulate like we talked about.
Yeah.
They instead planned it to be as flat, as straight as they possibly could.
Yep.
So they can do 250 k's an hour through the tunnels. And it's got something like 1,800 meters worth of rock above it. So do you know about rock burst?
No.
Yo, rock burst is when
They
you dig
pop.
a tunnel, sort of. Like you dig a tunnel through whatever substrate, and pressure from either side that's been pushing on it can make the rocks explode like a bomb went off. Like there's that much pressure acting on it that as it pushes through, if you're pushing a solid rock past another solid rock, if they have enough force exerted on them as they do that, they tend to like
a jet engine in
explode.
Queenstown with a bird in it.
That's right, exactly.
Holy
like
shit.
that, bro. Yeah.
No, I did not know. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Like,
one
when
of the
you think
things they
that's-
consider before they dig any tunnels is like, is it going to fucking blow up? Because it can explode.
Could fucking do that.
Yeah, apparently, dude.
Bro, how many tunnels have you dug to work that out?
A bunch. People have dug them through
That's
Swiss
brilliant.
mountains going for 50 kilometers.
It's just insane. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more we find on the Scandi ones, I'm just like, it's so fucking impressive.
Yeah.
They just get up to the shit, man. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I love how they take like they commit like an extra 5 or 10% to make it a bit nice.
Yeah, dude.
To
Yeah. Oh, we're going to put a monument in it. Like, one of the ones, I can't remember which one it was. It's one of the long ones in that area. Might even be Norway. But there's a rest stop in the middle of it that people get married at.
Oh yeah,
Awesome, eh?
that's cool.
Yeah. And it's
There's a Goddard Road tunnel.
There's one it's got lights, like they change every 6 kilometers. The lights change and do shit to help the driver stay awake and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, then there's this rest area. But yeah, it's famous for people getting married there, which I just think that's funny. There's a romantic version of tunnels as well. Like,
well, the Tunnel of Love, right?
yeah, but like that's whose idea? Tell your missus, like, hey, I know I asked you to marry me, but there's this tunnel I really like. And she's just like, let's go, boy. Like, that'll be the shit. Tell my missus I'm getting married in a tunnel. I'm not getting married.
Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah. Have to be a swinging tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tunnels have got more popular in my home. My wife is much more interested in them now.
Just gazing together now.
Yeah, we've been gazing together, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's funny. Me and my partner, we've listened to a few of the older episodes and just cracked up at some of the shit that's like, oh my God, we did say that. You might have got cancelled.
Yeah, maybe.
There's
Yeah,
a
bro.
high chance.
Whatever. Subscribe on Rumble, like I said.
Yeah.
Now you could subscribe on Patreon. It's like $3 to get access to all our bonus episodes. What a great COVID-laced advertisement.
I think we've snuck in an episode though.
We did, bro. We weren't gonna do it, but we fucking got it over the line.
Oots.
Yo.
Fist bump.
Yeah. Hey, if there's nobody else here, I'm not gonna leave you hanging.
Cheers. That's us.
Goodbye, friends. I don't want to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire. An underground tube, the dank and the